How you doing, everybody? Yeah, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I need some subscribers and hit the like, smash that like button too. Uh, what I really want to do is really talk about my first book. And I really want to talk about the peoples that's incarcerated. If you got loved ones and family members that's incorporated, that's incarcerated, that's locked up in prison, I'm just here to share with you how to support them. What's important to a person that's in prison, that's serving time. I served 19 years in prison, and what I'm trying to do is the experience that I have to share is to share with you, excuse me, how a loved one can still be thought of and loved while doing time. Because sometimes when you're doing time, your family is doing time with you. All the people that's connected with you, that love you, that has that true love, they are doing time with you. So therefore, you want to try to support a person that's doing time where they can't get institutionalized. And this is my first book. This is my second book that I wrote, but this is my first book that I wrote when I was in prison because I didn't want to come out like I went in. I went in, I didn't have a GED. I got my GED since I've been in prison. I got many certificates for psychology, took up psychology classes and got certified in them, and took up auto mechanic classes, got certified in hands-on training. But my thing, what I'm trying to tell you, when you got family members that's doing time, you have to support them in a way where they won't have to get caught up in the prison system, where they won't have to get institutionalized. You must send your people mail. Write them. Send them a letter. That makes them feel good. That makes them feel like somebody cares for them. I'm just speaking from experience of serving time. I've served 19 years in prison. My ultimate goal is to share with you that if you got a loved one in prison, you need to be supporting him. Because if you not supporting him, what's going to happen is he going to get institutionalized. He going to get used to the system taking care of him instead of the family support. That's what's going to happen. And this is the stuff that I wanted to share, that you can take a bad experience and you can turn it into a good experience. We know some people that's on the other side of the negative world don't want to hear this. But I'm telling you, if you got family members or you got friends in prison, you need to share with them to keep them updated. What's going on? How you doing? Send a letter or something. Have your nephews or somebody to write and share, with them, Of course, when I went to prison, I had nephews and nieces I have never seen until they come up there and see me when I was in prison. I feel so disconnected from my family when I went to prison. And the reason I say I feel so disconnected because family is not what they used to. I spent 19 years in prison. That's a long time. That's 2 decades. That's 20 years. But I don't feel like I have my family like I used to. They grown into the nephews and the nieces and just forgot about the son. That's the way I feel. That maybe that's my feelings of it, but these are some things that you're going to lose that if you're not really keeping up with your family members while they're doing time. You want to make sure that you communicate with them and, you show them much love, you send the mail, at least let them get a letter or two uh, twice a week or 3 times a week if you like them or love them like you say you do. Because people can really start feeling like don't nobody care for them. And this is how a lot of them become institutionalized. So I'm just sharing with you that if you got a family member in prison that's doing time, all because he made a bad decision, that he end up and wrecked his life, and if he have a chance to come back out, then help him. Even if I mean, it's things you have to do to stop your family member from getting caught up. Write him a letter like I say, write him a letter 2 or 3 times out of a week. Tell him how much you love him. Let him know that he has love. Because when a person starts feeling like they don't have love out in the outside world, then they become caught up in the system. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you from experience, 20 years of my life was given to the system because they knew that I wasn't coming back. So they helped me as long as they want to help. And then I didn't make it no better, no high, because I was sitting up there tripping. Yeah, I was sitting up there tripping. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't follow the rules. Hard me follow the rules. I couldn't get with it. You know what I'm saying? So that made my stay a little longer too. So I ain't gonna put it all on the system, but I had something to do with it too. But I'm just saying, if you got family members or loved ones in prison, please support them in some way to stop them from becoming institutionalized. That's the only thing I'm sharing. Like I say, my first book was written from a jail cell. This is my very first book right here. This is written from a jail cell. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go get that book. It talked about the brain, the mind, the character, the spirit, the personality, all of that. It breaks it all down. You know what I mean? It was studied and researched for 15 years. And then when I got out of prison, like I say, then that's when I came with the second book here, telling you about the true life of prison life experience. And like I say, I'm just trying to encourage you that if you got family members, support them. Support them in a way, where they can't become institutionalized. Support them in a way where they know that just because you made a bad decision, it's not too late to change your mind. That's all I want to do. I just want to share that. And I hope and pray that it helps somebody that has some loved ones or family members in prison. And also, visitors are very important too. Go up there and see them. See how he doing. See how she doing. Just support them in many ways as you can to stop them becoming institutionalized. You don't want to get caught up in the system. It's easy to get caught up in the system. Plus, the system ain't number modern day slavery. Amendment 13 tell you that no man should be. The United States Constitution and Amendment 13 tell you that no man should be held against his will unless he commits a crime, and then he's duly convicted. Then he's subject to servitude. That's where the catch 22 come in at, on the Emancipation and Proclamation. So if you think you're free, Understand something. Understand that Amendment 13. Read it. Yeah, read it. Because if you commit a crime, that's what you're doing. You are volunteering yourself to go back into slavery. Yeah, I worked in the industry when I was down in prison in the walls. I worked in the industry making tags, the tags that go on these cars all the time. That's why I was making them was in the walls in Missouri. 40-something cents to 80 cents an hour. Now tell me that ain't slave. Then if you work for the state, you got $7.50 a month. You got paid by the hour down at the factories, but you got it by the month. That little 80 to $100-something meant so much to so many people, like they really was rich. Never ever should you ever get comfortable in a prison system, an institution that institutionalized you because of the choices, the bad choices you made. We ain't gonna put it all on this too. We're gonna put it on you too, because you're the one that made the decision. So hope and pray that you can set up in that system and learn some and get all the knowledge that you can get and not come back out in society and be a menace to society. I refuse to go back into that cage or that belly or the whale, as y'all call it. So I hope that this information I gave y'all will kind of turn things around for you and your loved one to try to connect instead of letting the system happen. So I'll talk to y'all later. Papa bless. Take care.